Hello everyone! I played Title Tuesday yesterday, which I don't do quite often because I usually don't have time on Tuesdays, but this time I had an opportunity and I gladly accepted it. And I decided also to create a challenge for myself to play Polish opening every single time with white and black. It means that first move before, if I play with black, I start with a6 or b5 depending how my opponent plays in the opening, and I didn't have any disrespectful purposes, I just wanted to make it more fun. I used to play this opening when I was a kid, pretty successfully though, and when I play in blitz sometimes it also leads to pretty unbalanced, untheoretical positions, which are pretty interesting, and I wanted to see how this opening can perform against strong players and grandmasters as well. And first 3 rounds were not easy for me. In first round I was completely losing, but you can check it out on Twitch on stream. I will leave the link in the description because I was streaming while playing. And in the round number 4 I get paired with one of the strongest chess blitz players in the world, Olexandr Bortnyk, who is from Ukraine. Right now he lives in the US, as I know. He actually got in top 10 or top 12, I don't remember exactly, during the last chess world championship in blitz. And it was a really great opportunity for me to try myself, because I consider myself not the worst blitz player, and how could I perform against such strong opponent. And you will see, like, very soon a clip from my stream, how I played, with my thoughts during the game, what I was thinking, what I was expecting. So it's gonna be pretty soon. In general, for those who wondering how I finished Title Tuesday, I got 6.5 out of 11, because after Alexander I started like talking too much and ending up in the time trouble almost every second game, which is not great when you play blitz, and it affected myself. But yeah, if you're interested, you can check out the stream on Twitch. And about the winners of the Title Tuesday, Wesley Saw won, which doesn't happen that often because Magnus didn't play, let's say Yurigasa didn't play, Nakamura didn't play, because they all right now playing in the Norway chess, but it was a pretty solid performance in top 3 as well, Rinat Jumabayev and Lekun Liam. But that's actually what I wanted to say. That's mostly it. Tell me, please, if you like this format, if you want to see it more. Like, where would you like to see streams, on Twitch or YouTube? Where would it be more comfortable? And like video if you liked it. Subscribe. This would be very helpful to give us motivation to keep on doing videos with my co-host Vladimir. And you will see this game right now. Please enjoy. Okay, and I'm playing against Olexandr Bortnyk, and yeah, he's also streaming, but I will still stick to my ideas even against him. Anyway, I have not big chances to play against Bortnyk, so and winning against him, so anyway, I will try to stick to the rule even against such strong opponent. And for some reason nothing's moving, but let's see. Anyway, he will outspeed me because he probably can command faster, and probably, yeah, I'm just in general play slower. And the idea is that right now I'm gonna try to play against the center. I'm gonna try to develop quickly. Preferably I wanna play c5 somewhere. And yeah, that's a genius game plan. He tries to stop my c5 intention. I'm gonna play knight f6 to pressure the center, and if f3 I'm gonna try to play d5 and probably c5, but maybe it's a little bit dangerous, because if I play right now d5 and I go back, he'll play f4, f5 almost in one run, and I don't have a really good way to undermine all the stuff. So maybe I need to be more careful while playing this, and playing c5 right now seems to be too fast, so I'm gonna play d6, trying maybe to develop knight bd7 and try to go c5 and sort of like this. And if a4, I mean, there is an ugly move c6, although I can play b4 potentially, which also can be fine. Okay, with this one I'm totally okay with, I can get along. I'm gonna play knight bd7, then I'm gonna play bishop e7, so these positions actually I like more, because, I mean, very often in such structures I end up having such position. And right now, normally I play c5, but right now I cannot really do it because my pawn structure will be spoiled. Although if there will be a hole on the dark square, it will not be that horrible. Maybe it's worth trying, but I can't really then regret doing that. Because also he can have some push on the side. I have knight b6 as well, which doesn't look good, and I have d5, ed, knight takes d5, but then I'm a little bit stuck with my pawns, and I can barely prepare c5. I guess, yeah, c5 is only a reasonable way to do things, so I'm gonna go with it. Yeah, I'm not satisfied with the b4 after that, because I must go knight bd7 back and then replace my pieces. However, yeah, it doesn't look that horrible. Queen b8, usually neither such moves are appreciated. Trying to go away. And yeah, why I'm not afraid of having an isolated pawn, because a dark square then would be weak without dark square bishop, and I will try to use it somehow, but I'm pretty certain that Alexander will not take it. I'm gonna play rook c8, which is again standard placement for the piece. If b4, I'm always ready to play knight b7, although I'm considering maybe it makes sense to play a5, although it gives up b5 square. I at least will ensure that there is no b4. Other plan would be knight fd7, but after b4 I'm again cooked. b3, that's a pretty like solid way to play, but my knight served right here, so I can try to go back, and yeah, he definitely expected it, because he wanna back up with his piece over there. And I'm just actually thinking whether I can play d5 or not, and probably I can, so I shouldn't waste time on talking, blubbing, and being super slow. And right now I'm gonna get rid of my backward pawn. I will try to trade off. Pressure from a6 is kinda gone, so right now I'm not afraid to move my bishop from b7. I guess this should be okay-ish. After taking, yeah, massive trade-off, I feel to be alright. There is a pin on f4 though, but I don't know, I was thinking bishop d6 from the distance. Maybe I have some other sacrificey idea. So this is clearly somewhere towards my king side, so I probably need to go knight g6 to cover all the tricky shots. Don't wanna, I don't know, get sacrificed somewhere. I have some like plan queen b7 trying to double trade, and I have a plan of a5, a4. Okay, this is pretty annoying, and I have a5. Do I want to go there? Do I want to go there? e5, bishop drops back. Yeah, I don't see a massive problem, so let's try to do it. I lose an outpost for... Okay, I just realized that there is rook c8, bishop f5, knight e5, rook takes d5, and I actually lose the pawn. That wasn't very good of me. And I'm not gonna... Okay, I have bishop b3. Do I have it? How sensible is that? Bishop b3 is intermediate move, trying to keep everything together. And I have... Okay, bishop c5 doesn't work. Okay, I'm gonna try to take. If I blunder, then I blunder. Because yeah, I don't want to drop a pawn, which could be pretty sad. Okay, right now equal position, I believe, but still, I mean, not a time to be relaxed. Opposite color bishops, activity matters the most in such positions, and I need to be more or less active. The question is, I need to be pretty careful. My knight on e5 stands all right. I'll play g6 because my pawns should be on the light squares if I want to play for a win, although I just accidentally pushed his knight to a better position, which wasn't any good at all, which was pretty dumb. Let's be honest. I'll play queen c2 because it's active. Yeah, this wasn't a good idea, but again, as usual, understand your mistakes after you play it. Okay, his plan is to play knight d5 somewhere. Okay, I will play bishop g7, so at least right here I will be okay. Rook c1 is the move. I'm gonna go to b2 to be annoying. Right here I'll play h5 to have a window for my king. Pretty automatically, yeah, queen b2 is anticipated more or less. Rook is quite active, but I can try to kick away his knight, and I will have some activity because I don't think knight e7, bishop a6 would be sensible by him. Bishop c4, and right now knight will be on the outpost. What a tricky move. What a tricky move. And right now it's pretty hard to fight against all this stuff, but I don't want to take that. Okay, I'm gonna try to save my pawn and try to, I don't know, play more or less fast. I'm gonna play king h7, maybe then give a check, go back somewhere. Also the rook stands on the same diagonal. Okay, this is getting really, really complicated and scary. Rook e8, check, yeah. Okay, he cannot play knight f6, but he goes right here. Okay, let's say I take. what's gonna happen. Okay, let's say I take, I give a check, I give another check, and I want to rely on my outside passed pawn, and I cannot really do pre-moves. I just don't want to go back and forth and lose time. Okay, I'm gonna try to advance my pawn as far as I can. Moving my king towards the center. Okay, he's giving me checks. I'm trying to push him away and trying to weaken his pawn structure. Okay, bishop of 2, I hope it works. G3, I'm promoting. Okay, I'm probably winning. Incredible, incredible. Who could have thought? I don't know, it just like, yeah. I feel like he overcommitted with an attack somewhere. Oh god. Wow, what a stressful game. But yeah, right here out of the opening it could have been worse because I'm more afraid in such positions move of like a4, which happens pretty often, which normally when I have the pawn on d7 I play before, but if I right now play before, it feels like he can use it as a hook, although maybe it's not that terrible, but like this pawn is kind of far away from the troop and my bishop is not connecting it. But in this position, I usually with white get such positions when I play before a5, bishop b2, bishop b4, bishop a5. So that's basically the point. And I go for more or less similar setup. Right here, c5, yeah, seemed like the only reasonable move, and what I was trying to explain is that after dc, knight c5, I was more or less okay with this position, because bishop c5, I don't think it was amazing. And queen b8, rook c8, b3, knight d7. Yeah, it's like I was a little bit okay. What I was afraid of actually the whole time is that after knight d7, for example, he starts pushing stuff like a4. Although computer here looks at d5, which I clearly didn't see. Because idea probably to attack this, and if he managed to, like, I don't know, push it far enough, this can be pretty dangerous. I mean, I remember seeing such games, but usually it was more or less set up with e5. There was some game in Yusupov's book about this topic, about like the passed pawn. Right here d5 seemed pretty natural because it looks like almost hedgehog. If we add the pawns on c4 and b6 would be exactly hedgehog, and the idea in such positions is to play d5 to free up a little bit. So that's why I basically played it with an intention to equalize, because I feel like I'm more or less equal. Right here I played d5. I don't know if it was good because I'm losing an outpost. Computer says it wasn't great, and I actually could try to use my queen on b8 to attack the opponent, which I didn't. And right here, yeah, like right here it says total equality, and I right here got a little bit more lucky because I kind of had more time, because Alexander probably is streaming as well. Right here I played rook e8. Actually, I was afraid of knight f6. First I was afraid of knight f6. I calculated this line and stopped. Because it's rook in h2, there is knight h4, and this queen is hanging. But what I actually missed, and engine says that there is a move, bishop f7. I would be scared as hell if it really happened. I just didn't completely see it. And it says that king f8 is the only move, and then the position looks very, very sharp. I don't know, it would be nearly game over if I reached this position. But right now, yeah, it's like I basically was showing, I don't know, a couple of days ago the game like that to my student. It was game, I mean, about hanging pawns, which ended up in a pretty similar way, although I cannot recall who was playing. Okay, it's a pretty fine result. And right here, yeah, what's the point? Knight is worse than the bishop because position is open on two flanks, and the bishop is better with passed pawns, because my bishop can easily control his pawn and the knight is tied up defending it. And basically I try to weaken his position, because when all the pawns on the dark squares, my bishop can eat all of them like a Pac-Man. And that's actually the point, because right here, yeah, Alexander tried his best, but yeah, I would be very mad at myself if I let it go.